Now let's see the dictation words. Feathers, claws, flight, purposes, identified, defending, related, raptors, falcon, cracking, cardinals, chisel, study, capture, straining, structures, scooping, expand, contracts, purging, scratching, webbed, talons, slender, migration, waddling, hollow, creatures, upstroke, downstroke, flightless, predators, escape, physical, instance, and distinctive. Now, let's open page number 36. Textbook, page number 36. Your question 5 is subjective type questions. In that, you have given first question, which feature is unique to birds? Why birds are called unique? A unique feature to birds is that they are the only animals with feathers. A unique feature to birds is that they are the only animals with feathers. Next question. What is the difference between flight and down feathers? Flight feathers aid flight, while down feathers keep a bird's body warm by trapping air close to its body. Flight feathers aid flight, means helps the bird to fly, while down feathers keeps the bird's body warm by trapping air close to its body. Your third question, how are beaks useful for birds? Beaks are also known as bill. Helps the birds in many ways. Beaks are used by birds for gathering, catching and eating food, for picking building materials while building nests, for defending themselves and their babies from enemies, and for feeding their babies. Children, beaks are also known as bill, and these beaks helps the bird, or these beaks are used by birds for gathering, catching and eating their food, for picking building material when they are building their nest, for defending means protecting themselves and their babies from their enemies, and for feeding their babies. The shape of a bird's beak is closely related to its eating habits, and the shape of the bird beak is totally related to its eating habits. Means whatever kind of food the birds eat, it has that kind of a beak. Next question. How does the feet and claws of a woodpecker aid movement? A woodpecker has two toes pointed forward and two toes pointed backward. This toe arrangement supports it as it climbs up and down a tree. You have studied about feet and claws, and woodpecker has two pointed toes in front, means forward, and two pointed toes backward means at the back. And this toes arrangement supports the woodpecker to climb up and down a tree. So a woodpecker has two toes pointed forward and two toes pointed backward. This toe arrangement supports it as it climbs up and down a tree. Next question. What makes a wading bird different from the birds that swim? Give examples for each. Now we have to show the difference of wading birds and swimming birds. So let's see. Birds that swim have webbed feet with three toes in front and one toe at the back. Birds that swim like ducks and geese, they have webbed feet with three toes in front and one toe at the back. The three toes are joined by the skin called web, and their front three toes are joined with a thin layer of a skin that is called web. It helps the birds to push water back while swimming, and this web feet helps these birds to push the water back while swimming. Ducks, geese and swans are the examples of web or swimming birds. Then, on the other hand, wading birds have long, slender legs that allow them to walk slowly through water without getting wet. Cranes, herons, and sandpipers are wading birds. See, children, when wading birds walk slowly through the water, due to their long legs and long thin toes, they walk in a such way, their toes and legs help them in a such way that when they are walking through the water, their legs and toes never ever get wet. And the examples are cranes, herons and sandpipers are wading birds. Next one, how flightless birds different from each other birds. How flightless birds are different from other birds. Let's see. The two major differences in the physical appearance of birds that can and that cannot fly are. The two differences are there in the physical appearance of the birds that can fly and cannot fly. The first one, flightless birds have smaller wing bones and they have no keel. Keel means an extra bone which these birds use as a anchor for wing movement. So, flightless birds have smaller wing bones and they have no keel, which is an extra bone that is used as anchor for wing movement. So, these all are your subjective type of questions. Now, page number 37 you have to open and just see on it your question number 7. Children, now open your textbook, page number 37. You have given question number 7, horse. So, let's see the first question. Which of the following sentence is not true? Give a reason. Children, you have given 3 sentences over here, and among these 3, one of the sentence is not true, and you have to give the reason why that particular sentence is not true. So let's see first what sentences are given to us here. No animals other than birds have feathers. Birds of flight have hollow bones. Birds are the only animals that have wings. Now, Among these three, your third sentence. Just see. Birds are the only animals that have feathers. Children, in this chapter we have studied about everything about the birds. We know that birds are the only animals that have feathers. We know that birds have a hollow bones, and because of their hollow bones they can fly easily. Hollow bones reduce the weight of their body, and because of the less weight of their body they can fly. And third sentence, birds are the only animals that have wings. If you remember, children, in the introduction, while the introduction of this chapter, I ask you one of the question, which living thing can fly in the sky? And answer was yes, birds, then bats, and even insects also can fly. So we cannot say here birds are the only animals that have wings. Okay, and we have studied about flightless birds also. So flightless birds have feathers and wings, yet they cannot fly. So this proves that the sentence birds are the only animals that have wings is not true. So let's see the answer. Birds are the only animals that have wings because though flightless birds like ostrich, emu, kiwi, penguin, rhea, etc. have wings and feathers, but they cannot fly. This proves that the above sentence is not true. Understood all of you? Let's see the answer once again. Birds are the only animals that have wings. This sentence is not true. Why? Because though flightless birds like ostrich, emu, kiwi, etc. have wings and feathers, yet or but they cannot fly. This proves that the above sentence is not true. Now, let's see the next question. Anu saw a bird wading in the lake. The bird was catching and eating fish. Describe what kind of a beak, feet and claws such a bird might have. You may draw a picture to explain. Children, in this question, you have to describe about the kind of a beak, feet and claws wading bird has. And you have asked that you may draw a picture to explain. So, first of all, you must know the wading birds. What are the wading birds? Yes, and examples? Yeah. So, wading birds, they have very long legs and thin long toes which help them to walk through the water slowly without getting wet, their legs and their toes. Okay, so you can draw the picture of crane or heron or sandpiper here and you can explain the answer. Understood? Let's see. Wading birds have long slender legs that allows them to walk slowly through water without getting wet. Wading birds. Example, just now we have seen cranes, sandpipers, herons. These are the wading birds. And these birds have a long legs with a long thin toes. So these long legs and long thin toes allows them to walk slowly through the water without getting wet. These birds have long, broad and pointed beaks useful for hunting fish, frogs and other small animals that live in and around water. We have seen first about feet and claws. Now we'll see about their beaks. So wading birds have long, broad and pointed beaks. And these beaks are useful them for hunting fish, frogs and other small animals that live in and around water. Understood all of you? Next question. Rishi saw a bird eating guava. What kind of beak would such a bird have? Give reasons. Now, the most popular bird. What is that? Yes, parrot. And parrot like to eat guava. So what kind of a beak parrot have? Yes, curved beak. And this curved beak help the bird to crack or crush the food. Understood? So this is about your question number 7, 8, 9, that are HOTS. Now children, what you have to do while writing in notebook, your science notebook? First, you will write chapter number and its name. Then you will write scientific terms, means glossary given in your textbook, and even first, third, fourth slide I think so we have. So page number 35, you have given scientific terms, that is glossary, that you have to write as your question number 1. Then your question number 2 will be subjective type questions. Page number 36, you have given subjective type question. Question number 5 you have to copy. Page number 37, you have given HOTS, that are questions 7, 8 and 9. These questions you have to write after completing your subjective type questions. And children, I told you that you have to underline the dictation words in the textbook. But when you will underline it? So to underline that, you have to read the lesson carefully and thoroughly. Then only you will underline the dictation words. After that, you have given summary. That summary also you have to read, and while reading only you have to simply underline the summary in the textbook. Don't write it anywhere. I did not ask you to write summary in the notebook. Only scientific terms, subjective type questions and HOTS. And if in case I am adding any extra question, that also I am giving in my video. So this time I have not given you writing sequence in my video. I have already told the same pattern you have to follow, and even I am telling right now also how to write in the science notebook. Your first question will be scientific terms from page number 35. Then, sorry, 35, yes. Page number 36, your question second will be subjective type questions. Page number 37, HOTS are given. That will be your third question. And worksheet is given to solve yourself. So this is about your science chapter 4 birds. I hope all of you understood it. But before I could stop my teaching, let's have a look on the objective type questions. Open your textbook, page number 35. Objective type questions. First one you have given. Look at the images below. Describe the shape of the beak of each bird. First one, parrot. What kind of a beak it has? Curved. Yes. Second one, vulture. What kind of a beak raptors or birds of prey have? Tearing. Correct. Next one, cracking. After that, what kind of a beak? Cranes, herons have long, broad and pointed. Then hummingbird, needle-like beak, correct. And duck, broad, flat beak with tiny comb-like structure. This is about the type of a beaks. Now let's see the second question. Complete the table by filling in the missing information. Bird, type of feet and claws and how it helps. You have given birds, then you have asked about type of feet and claws and how it helps. First one, geese. What kind of a feet and claws geese have? Wave feet, correct. And how it helps? To push water back while swimming. Next, you have to identify the bird. Type of a feet and claws you have given. Talons. So, who have this kind of talons? Sharp, curved claws? Yes. Birds of prey, raptors like eagles, vultures. Okay. So, they have eagles or vultures. Bird name you can write. And how it helps? For catching food like rats and small birds. These birds of a prey eat the flesh or meat of other animals, so their feet and claws help them for catching food like rats and small birds. Next bird you have given crow, and type of feet and claws also you have given here, 3 toes in front and 1 toe at the back. So how crow helps its feet and claws? To hold on to the branch of a tree while perching on it. Next one, you have given type of feet and claws and you have to identify the bird as well how its feet and claws helps it. So you have given type of feet and claws here, long slender legs. Who have long slender legs? Yes, cranes, herons and sandpipers. These are the birds. So you can write cranes, whatever you like. And how it helps? To walk through water without getting wet. When they are walking through the water, they are walking slowly. So their legs, means their feet and their clothes never ever get wet. Okay. Then you have given the next bird, woodpecker. What type of a feet and claws it has? Yes, 2 pointed toes forward and 2 pointed toes backward. How this feet and claws helps it? To climb up and down a tree. Okay. Then next one, you have given type of feet and claws and you have to identify bird and how its feet and claws help it. So the type of feet and claws is given to you is hard and sharp claws. So what is the bird? Yes, hen, that are scratching and digging birds. So hen is the bird, has hard and sharp claws, and these claws, they feet and claws, they use to scratch and dig the ground for insects and seed. These claws they use to crash and dig the ground to get their food. Now page number 36. Question number 3. Name the following. A bird with chisel-like beak. Which bird has a chisel-like beak? Yes, woodpecker. Next, a bird with needle-like beak. Yes, it is hummingbird. To probe and to get the nectar from the flower, hummingbird has needle-like beak. A bird with curved beak. Yes, parrot. Next one, a bird with talons. Birds of prey or raptors. You can write any vultures. You can write many how. So you can write there vulture hawk, or whatever you want. Birds of a prey. Next one, flightless bird. You have studied about flightless birds also. So emu, rhea, kiwi, penguin, ostrich, cassowary. These are the flightless birds. You can write any one of them. Next question, filling the blanks. Question number 4. Soft and fluffy dash feathers keep a bird warm by trapping air close to its body. Which feathers are soft and fluffy? Yes, birds' down feathers are soft and fluffy and they keep the bird's body warm. Next one, eagles, hawks and kites are birds of prey. Correct. A bird may also use its dash and dash to protect itself from enemies. Yes, birds use its feet and claws to protect itself from its enemies. Next, duck, geese and swans all have dash with 3 toes in front and 1 toe at the back. What kind of a feet ducks, geese and swans have? Yes, webbed feet. Next one, a bird of a flight flies with the help of dash body made up of dash bones. What kind of a flying birds have the body structure? Yes, it is a boat shaped and their bones are hollow. Okay, so boat shaped body made up of hollow bones. Next one, moving of the wings upward and backward. It's called, yes, upstroke movement. And moving of the wings downward and forward, it's called downstroke movement. Correct. Next one, the dash of a bird helps to change direction while flying. What helps the bird to change the direction? Correct, tail. Last one, the ostrich can fly with its, yes, feet. All the birds have wings and feathers but they cannot fly. So ostrich is a flightless bird though it has wings. It uses its wing. It can means it for flying to fly. This ostrich use its feet. Okay. Now, sixth question, multiple choice questions. Tick write the correct option. Two birds that have long, broad, pointed beak. You have given the pair of birds. So, which two birds are among these are the having a long, broad, and pointed beaks? Yes, herons and egrets. Next one. Which bird has a pouch-like beak? Yes, pelican. Yeah, pelican has the amazing beak because when it open or scoop up the fish, that time the muscles expands, and when the fish or whatever food it caught with water, the extra material removes out from its beak, that time its beak contracts. Okay, so pelican is the correct answer. Which of these is not a purging bird? Yes, duck. Next one, what helps a woodpecker to climb up and down trees? What kind of a toes and claws woodpecker has that help it to climb up and down trees? Yes, two toes pointed forward and two toes pointed backward. So, here is the end of your chapter 4. I hope all of you understood it. Bye bye.